Salute, people. Ah, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Peat Basketball Show, episode 16. I am your host, the one and only kid from Chicago, Tony the Savant. And I just want to give a quick shout out, man, to my boy Cons, PC, Paulie Corleone, Uncle Paulie's Entertainment. That's the right hand man, bro. Really, Cons been with me since day one. So, salute to him. Salute to Albert Flores, my boy Omar, Hot Take Jake, Canteen, and the Bottom Line Sports fam. As we got it in last night, we got busy covering a lot of the big topics that's going on right now in the NBA. And the NBA playoffs was one of the topics, but covered that big fight between Haney and Garcia, amongst several other topics. I'm gonna so shout out to them, man. Make sure y'all swing by the Bottom Line Sports, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. Rock with their content. Special movement over there they got going on. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody out there. Depending on when you pull up to the video, we got some stuff to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you can see, of course, your boy is outside. I'm not in the studio, I'm not in the office. So I'm not exactly right by my notes. You know, my game taking notes that I like to jot down when I'm watching the game. Just some stuff that I'll be hearing about, reading about in my research. So I didn't think about that when I started my morning walk, as far as the notes and all that. But we're gonna go off the top. I think I got enough insight for us to create some conversations off the top of the head. So anyway, we're talking about the NBA playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, as the entire slate of game ones have concluded after last night's events. So far in the entire game one slate, all home teams have came out victorious, I believe. Yeah, the Bucks, the Clippers. Who else played yesterday? The Thunder. And I can't think of that first game off the top of my head. I wasn't able to catch the Oklahoma City Thunder game because it was at that time that I was live on the Bottom Line Sports podcast panel. Went over there and did some work with the brothers that I mentioned at the top of the video. So I wasn't able to catch the last game, but I was able to catch the other games. I'm trying to remember the first game, man. What was the first game that went down? Oh, Boston and Miami. Yeah. Boston and Miami, which I was able to do a brief post-game video talking about that game. As I knew Celtics Nation was going to be elated at the victory like that. Um, Boston over the years has been dealing with a lot. They've had a lot of close calls, if you will, getting to that championship, um, getting past, those first, second round, third rounds. Boston has had a bit of an adventure, if you will. I'm gonna chill at my table today, man. I was gonna do the whole walk around the park, but a little lazy today. I did a little extra walking yesterday. Did a couple, 2 or 3 miles more than I intended. So, but anyway, yeah, man. Boston has been dealing with Miami over the years for quite some time, so I knew that getting that victory yesterday in Game 1 Celtic Nation was going to be excited about that. Salute to them. I'm not mad at that. But we got to keep this thing in perspective. Boston has championship aspirations. It's much like the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets can't get too excited about beating the Lakers. I know they will be excited to put them out of their misery for the second year in a row. But at the same time, you can't get excited about just beating the Lakers in one game. You got three more games to go. And that's how I feel about with the Boston Celtics. I understand beating Miami with or without Jimmy Butler. It's always going to be a feather in your cap. Miami really gets up for the Boston Celtics. So, anytime you beat the rival and the way you beat them, the Boston Celtics handled them very convincingly. So, I understand. But as soon as the game was over, I went into Celtics Twitter, and the Celtics Nation was going crazy. Going all the way off to the championship rails and all that kind of stuff. Which I'm excited. I'm wanting for Boston to win. Boston and Denver. If one of those teams win, I'm not gonna be upset. Um, but at the same time, Boston is. We've seen this movie so many. Excuse me. It's called a sneeze. We've seen this movie so many times before with the Boston Celtics. And I just can't invest my emotions into another. Uh, uh, Worse or the better for the word, shortcoming of the season. I've been of the opinion that Boston Celtics should have got that 2022 ring easily. That was their ring. You know, got an old Steph, a washed up Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. It's easy to nullify whatever he got going on, and then Jordan Poole only averaged 10 points a game in that NBA Finals, so that was the window for them to get their championship, but unfortunately they weren't able to at that time. So I'm very excited for the Boston Celtics this time around. I don't think I'm gonna do the games in the row. Who else played yesterday? I just said it too. The Mavs and the Clippers. Another good game. Another game. Clippers Nation. I want to keep things in perspective. I still got the Mavs in 6. Kyrie and Luka were able to get their points. So it's going to be a matter of what the others on the Dallas Mavericks are able to do so that they can attain a victory. But Kyrie and Kyrie started off slow. It was pretty much the second half, you know, uh, offense for the Mavs, and Luka pretty much did his thing kind of throughout the game sparingly. But this game was a blowout from top to finish. James Harden balled out, Westbrook balled out. So, but I'm on the same stuff I say about the Clippers. I mean, the Celtics. I gotta say about the Clippers, man, because we've seen this movie so many times with the Kawhi Leonard and the Paul George version of the Clippers, and then now we got this version. This All Star squad, this Mon squad, if you will, of these 4 players. And James Harden did his thing yesterday. But I'm not gonna get excited about the Clippers the same way I don't get excited about the Celtics because I just need to see y'all get the job done. Y'all got the team, y'all got the talent, y'all got everything you need to get the job done. So I'm not gonna get overzealous about one victory in a game one. You know, Everybody knows that game one is the fill out game anyway. So many times we've seen how many times have we seen a team win game one and then proceed to get the gentleman's sweep. So I don't get excited over one victory, especially not the first victory, not the game one victory. The game one victory is just the filler. And whoever wins that game, yeah, you still get the advantage. You still got a W. But we all, like I say, that gentleman's sweep is still a real thing. It could definitely happen to any one of these teams that's in the mix. And if I had to put my money on any one of these teams having a collapse like that, I'm trying to think. I was gonna say maybe the Bucks, maybe the Knicks, but nobody is more eligible than the Clippers, man. Nobody. If anybody was gonna go up 3-0, 3-1, I'm about to be a little funny. If the Clippers even went up 4-0, they would still find a way to choke the series. You know what I mean? It's just the Clippers way. But they were able to seal the victory last night against the Mavericks again. I was impressed. I still got the Mavs in 6. And that means the Clippers can win one more game before I start worrying, being real concerned. But all in all, I think the Mavs will get it together. Uh, Again, this was an anomaly. Let's see if they can see what happens. Also, I seen that Luka Doncic was the favorite to win the NBA MVP. I think Joker deserves it, but I thought Joker deserved it last year. I understand what the NBA is trying to do. The NBA has been trying to get Luka a championship, not championship, maybe a championship too. But they've been trying to get him an MVP award, trying to find some way to justify the narrative for quite some time. So, I know Luka had a very impressive, 35, 9-9 or something like that for the season. So he's definitely eligible. He can definitely um, get that MVP. Leading the Mavericks to I think they're the 5th seed. You know, We've seen it happen with Russell Westbrook. I think that year Russell Westbrook had all them triple doubles. He led the Clippers. I mean, not the Clippers, the Thunder to the playoffs. Did they go to the playoffs that year? But I think they got in as like the 6th seed. So there's a precedent for that. There's a precedent for that for sure. But yeah, on that note, uh, shout out to the Clippers. Who ended up playing next? Was it the Bucks and the Pacers? Another game, man. It was just a slate game. The playoff NBA playoffs day 2 was just a slate of teams I don't trust. And I say that respectfully because I don't trust Damian Lillard. I do not trust Damian Lillard. I know he had that offensive burst yesterday. Came out in the first half, scored 35 points, and that was it. And I got to say this that the Bucks was. I don't know if I want to go as far as lucky, but if they was to lose that game, then we would have a totally different conversation about Damian Lillard. And I asked my boy Albert Flores, Flo, when we was on the Bottom Line Sports, when I was on Bottom Line Sports, excuse me. I asked him, man, like, what is all this Damian Lillard hype about? Like, what's getting everybody so excited about Damian Lillard when Damian Lillard has no championships, has no NBA MVPs. He's never been. Maybe he's been a top candidate for an MVP before, but at the same time, Damian Lillard, man, I don't understand what all the hype is about. Every time he does this, he has one of these big 30, 40, 50 point outings. Uh, the Dame hype comes out again. It's just Dame all of this. You think this man had Steph Curry's resume? The way people get all excited for Damian Dollar, but anyway, he had a big game yesterday. Despite the fact that Damian Lillard has done this before, NBA Twitter is going crazy. Bucks Nation is going crazy, understandably. But again, this is one game, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep things in perspective because that's my job as a savant. My job is to keep the emotions in check and the logic on deck because gentlemen sweeps are a very real thing. Damian Lillard can fucking crash out at any time. We've already seen it in the regular season. You think this playoff pressure ain't gonna bother him? You got another thing coming, and the Indiana Pacers may be easy for the Bucks to get past. Minus Giannis Antetokounmpo, because even without Giannis, the Bucks still measure up pretty good against the Indiana Pacers. They have as far as across the board, they have the advantages. Um, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see them get past them. I got Indiana, shocking them. You know what? This is going to be one playoff series that actually changed. I think the Bucks can win this one just off the strength of experience and not Dame Dollar's experience, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Portis and all those guys. The others may be able to win this series because they had to win the series. I mean, they had to win the game yesterday. This in the second half. Dame Dollar scored 35 in 2 quarters, the first 2 quarters of the game, and then that was it. You see the way I cook AD? Yes, sir, I did, big bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sirski. And shout out to them. I don't know if this is the real Anthony Edwards, bro. No, but shout out to Anthony Edwards, bro. That was I think we talked about that. That was day one of the playoffs. Yeah, we covered that. AD definitely. I mean, AE definitely put in that work, and I love that energy, man. This the real Anthony Edwards. I love that energy, bro. We need that back in the NBA desperately. I know the NBA be on they, giving out technical fouls and all that crybaby stuff, but we need an Anthony Edwards in the NBA, bro. We need that energy back. We need that competitiveness. I love how Anthony Edwards was going at KD, really letting them know I'm here. But respectfully, shout out to Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. They ain't the number 2 seed for nothing, bro. I mean, let's be honest. They earned that spot. Wait, are they the number 3? Yeah, they the number 3 seed. Sorry, they ain't the number 3 seed for nothing. So, but to round off NBA playoffs game ones, we got Oklahoma City Thunder and the Pelicans now. Got to shoot the Pelicans some bail. They are without Zion Williamson, which is big. That's pretty much huge. I think Zion was averaging like 20. I forget his average. I'm about to get his numbers mixed up. I think he was averaging like 22 this season. And we all seen the 40-point outing that he had against the Lakers. Where's my mail key, bro? For years, I've had the mail key on the same key ring as the fucking my main key, but now I can't seem to find it. Hope it didn't fall off. Damn. Hope my mail key didn't fall off. It's gonna be an inconvenience this here Monday. But anyway, um, what was we saying? OKC. Yeah, the Pelicans are without Zion. Much like the Pelicans, bro. They remind me a lot of the Miami Heat. As far as they play very well by committee. When they're missing their star player. I mean, in fact, Miami is just not a kind of team that builds their offense around one player generating 40, 30, 40, 50 points like that. But they do it by committee. And I've noticed, when Zion isn't on the court, the Pelicans have a lot of that Miami Heat culture. I mean, as far as how they play. Scrappy, no giving up at any point in the game. And, they just have bare knuckle fist fights when they out there. And it was it was a little bit like that, but I wasn't able to catch up after the second half again because I was on the Bottom Line Sports podcast with my boy Flo, Canteen, Hot Take Jake, and Omar, the sports professor. So we was working during this game, but I did see the end of it. Seen at the not the end of it. I seen read some articles about how it concluded, and apparently Shea Gill just went crazy, had an MVP performance, um, and it was a thriller. So I'll watch the remainder of that game and pop out a YouTube short or something. We'll pop out a YouTube short. We'll talk about that a little later. But um, all in all, um, very exciting round of game ones in the NBA playoffs. I'm excited. This is looking to be one of the more competitive playoffs that we've had in a while. And so we'll see what happens. I gotta do another live. I was gonna, rag on the Lakers because my boy Hot Take Jake, he was very excited about what his Lakers are able to do, and he was talking about the Lakers winning in 5 and all this cap. You know how it go, man. When the cap is real. So shout out to Hot Take Jake, but I got to cook his Lakers. I got to cook LeBron because it looked like Denver, man, finna get them out of here in 3 games. I got Denver in 3, bro. You know what I mean? I got Denver in 3 because it don't look like they can do anything with the Denver Nuggets. I mean, Yeah, I got Denver in three. It don't like the Lakers can do anything with the Nuggets, bro. Do you realize that the Nuggets was actually, I mean, the Lakers was actually playing well the first half? You know what I mean? They was actually playing well, and it still wasn't enough. So, um, let's see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I'm hearing the sexuals talk about uh, Jackson Hayes. Yo, this reminds me of last year. Remember when the Laker Nation and sexuals was talking about uh, Roy Hachimura was gonna be the answer. Roy Hachimura was gonna stop Joker. They doing the same thing with Jackson Hayes this year, bro. I've been on Laker Twitter. They going crazy talking about we need to start Jackson Hayes and put him on uh, Joker. And like I said, they said that same nonsense last season with Roy. Roy ended up getting cooked. Roy was getting cooked that game. Like, what world do y'all think that Roy Hachimura or Jackson Hayes can stop Nikola Jokic? You know what I mean? Y'all understand what y'all asking these guys to do. And we're not talking about defensive player of the year because Laker Nation was also saying that, like, oh yeah, remember we put Dwight Howard is what, a 3-4 time defensive player of the year, respectfully, should be on the top 75. You know what I mean? Respectfully, we can have these conversations, but Laker Nation, I mean, I want to say it's bronze sexuals. Bronze sexuals do not apply context or intelligence to any basketball opinions they have unless it's about LeBron James. Then all of a sudden they can apply context. They can piece history together. They can tell you about all these stats and numbers that LeBron James had to deal with and go up against or he put up. Like, oh, no, you niggas get very knowledgeable when it comes to LeBron James. Excuse me, but y'all can't tell me y'all really around here running around the internet talking about Jackson Hayes should be starting. You know what Joker's gonna do to Jackson Hayes, ladies and gentlemen? And I'm just gonna do the LeBron James and JJ Redick thing real quick. I'm about to mind the game because I like the concept of what they had going on with that show. You know what I mean? It's not a I'm not totally against that aspect of what LeBron James got going on. It's just his show is turning into a glaze fest and him trying to rearrange narratives. We all know how LeBron gets down. But anyway, what Joker's gonna do if Laker Nation decides they're gonna adhere to their idiot fan base on Twitter and they rearrange. If Darvin Ham rearranges the starting lineup to have uh, Jackson Hayes playing defense on Joker, Joker's gonna take this fool at the top of the key because Jackson Hayes, albeit is athletic, he does provide a lot more size and a different component of defense than Roy Hachimura would. Anthony Davis is essentially your best option, but you want to keep him fresh, right? Because he's your best option on offense. But all Joker's going to do is take Jackson Hayes to the top of the key, all right? And if he does not, all right, this is the key of the whole situation. If he doesn't do dribble handoffs with Jamal Murray to death, they could do that the entire game and just wear Jackson Hayes down. They can do that an entire half and they will wear Jackson Hayes down. Joker at the top of the key doing dribble handoffs, right? And then watch how you can visualize this play too. Or you keep Michael Porter on the shoulder and you can run a scheme where Joker's on the post, on the post. You keep Michael Porter on the shoulder, so Joker have that option to pass out for a three if they elect to double him. He could be at the top of the key, at the top of the free throw, right underneath the top of the 3-point line, or he could be in the post. Both of these instances, and just outsmart Jackson Hayes. Have Aaron Gordon cut him to death He can have Michael Porter, and then this is I bought up the dribble handoffs with Jamal Murray, but we don't have to keep it there. We all know they can do that all day long. But there's so many other options and actions. So yeah, I'm up in my little job of manage. They got so many options and actions they could take that it doesn't even make sense. Putting Jackson Hayes on Joker is just going to further disadvantage your team. These guys aren't intelligent enough to compete with Joker. I'm talking about Jackson Hayes and Roy Hachimura. We could talk about the Lakers organization as a whole, but I'm talking about Jackson Hayes and Roy are not intelligent enough on the basketball court to keep up with Joker. Joker's going to have a field day with those guys. At the top of the key, at the top of the key or in the post. You know what I mean? And that's just going off their preset packages that we all know that the Denver Nuggets run often. They could use that, or they can get even more exotic. You know what I'm saying? Put this fool somewhere else on the side, or they could do whatever, man. The Lakers ain't got nothing for the Nuggets. This is essentially. Remember when you was a kid? You would play the video game, and it seems like the Nuggets are playing with the game on easy mode, bro. You know how you remember on the game you could play on easy mode. If you went down by 20 on easy mode, it was nothing till you erase that lead. And that's exactly what the Denver Nuggets are doing to the Lakers. You know what I mean? The Lakers out there playing their hearts out, doing everything, executing their game plan to a T, and it's still not good enough. In fact, I heard Kendrick Perkins say something that was kind of, it was so true, it was dope. And I don't often agree with Kendrick Perkins, but Kendrick said that the Miami Heat can shoot 100% from the field and 100% from the three, and they're still going to lose this series. And I agree with them. I agree with him on that note. And it's the same math for the Lakers. The Lakers can shoot 100% from the three. They can shoot 100% from the free throw. They can shoot 100% from the field. LeBron James can have 40, 50, 60 points, all he wants, and the Lakers are still going to lose. Just because this is a schematic thing. This ain't a talent issue. This is a schematic issue. All right, ain't nothing Darvin Ham can do because he don't got the tools. He don't have the resources to battle with the boss. With the Denver Nuggets. And I was gonna say this for a different stream, but now I'm cooking. Now I'm cooking. Denver Nuggets are about to smack around the Lakers again, and it's gonna be the Lakers. I mean, it's gonna be Denver Nuggets in three, bro. We don't even have to play that elimination game because we already know what this is. You remember when the Toronto Raptors coach said a little like during the middle of the season, the regular season, he was like, if the referees are going to get the Lakers 100 free throws, we might as well not even show up. That's how I feel about the Denver Nuggets versus the Lakers. The Denver Nuggets are going to outsmart, outplay, outrun the Lakers every time because Jamal Murray gives Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell headaches. You know what I mean? It's amazing to me that the Lakers bought these two, this combination of perimeter, offense, and defense back when Jamal Murray was having Thanksgiving dinner on both of them. It's nobody you can put on Jamal Murray. There's nobody in the city of LA that can guard Jamal Murray, bro. Let alone somebody in the Lakers organization. Let alone somebody on the Lakers roster as of right now. My boy YouTube Sports Talk. He on this IG. I might have to go pop up over there, y'all. I might have to. But anyway, yeah, man. I wanted to say this particular segment for a different stream, but I had to cook these Lakers, man, because again, my boy Hot Take Jake. Just met him, but feel like I known this boy feel like I known this man all my life. Respectfully, excuse that. But it's the matter of the fact that when you know what you're watching, you know what I mean. When you know that it's P, it's hard for somebody to come along and be like, "Oh no, that's rain." Like, no, sir, this is P. This is P. I know it, and this is urine. And it's hard for somebody to, just come out of nowhere and be like, oh, this is rain and everything's going to be okay. Because that's not the case with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers, they are in bad, they're in a bad situation. You know, they're in the early morning now. What is this, man? Sorry, y'all. Emails, this work is always going. I thank God for being successful, but there's never any time to just sit down and do stuff. As soon as I get off this stream, we got to get to the web calls and that work and all that kind of stuff. So I just thank God for all the opportunities, all of the blessings. I thank God for being overwhelmed. I thank God for being stressed, all that good stuff, man. So um, that's all I got for y'all on this episode because I literally do got to get to work, y'all. I'm about to open up this restaurant. We're going to get busy. But it is your boy, Tony the Savant. Please swing by the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, um, YouTube, my firstborn, my YouTube, Tony the Savant, Instagram, and Twitter, So this is a business, guys. I just monetize. The motion is in the ocean. So definitely appreciate the love and the support. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it pushing. Shout out to my boy, Paulie Corleone. That's my consigliere. When you see me say cons, you know what I mean? I'm talking to him. That's the consigliere. Yeah, short for that. So, uh, my baby bro been rocking with me since day one. We've been getting it in the mud, So we're gonna keep it pushing. PC hit the line, bro. I gotta chop it up. We're gonna talk some business. And as far as everybody out there, man, y'all have a good to great day. Get a goal accomplished. It's your boy Tony the Savant. Peace.